the sun go down on you in this town, nigger. We saw those signs, read those signs. I saw those signs. There were some of us who did abide by that law, live by that law. Those signs angered me. I spoke about it. I sometimes yelled about it. My family heard me out. They understood, but it seemed to me they took to being in their place. It seemed to me that they were passive racially. Seemed to me my father was the kind of man who did not outstep his bounds. There was that racism too. Oh, certainly there was the violence, but there was the understood quiet racism where everyone knew their place. White folks stayed in West County. We stayed in Kinloch, later Ferguson. If we had to go shopping in Normandy, say, it was understood that we were there for that, only that. White folks knew us by name. We knew them by name. Smiles, conversation had. Then back to Kinloch. Back before the sun went down, back to their side of town, our side of town, back to keeping your place. Well, I would not keep my place. I graduated high school, went to City College in New York. By then it was the 60s. There were no protests in St. Louis, but I went to protest boycotts in New York, read about the race riots in Chicago, Indiana. They put me on fire. I was on fire. Sometimes when I came home to visit, I would sense hostility, not from my family, but from certain white and black people. There was a hatred towards me. I went to buy some fabric for my mother in a store in Normandy. Mrs. Wexton, white woman, knew her all my life, one of the folks my family made small talk with. So this day I go in, it's 1969, 1970, and she says to me, "Oh, Louisa, I haven't seen you for such a long time." I said, "Well, Mrs. Wexton, I've been living in New York and going to City College." Her face fell. She said, "Another one." And I said, "Ma'am," and she said, "All you colored," oh, I should say black, because all of you are black now. All the blacks have gone to Chicago and gone to New York, forgetting where they come from. Maybe it's better you do leave. That way you won't be causing any trouble here." And I looked at her again. I said, "Ma'am," I said, "You know, Mrs. Wexton, I changed my mind. I don't want to buy anything from your store." I turned, I walked out. Her mouth fell open. But what stays with me is the black girl that worked for her. There was a black girl about my age sweeping the floor, putting things away. And as I was telling Mrs. Wexton about my living in New York and going to college, the girl looked at me. We're about the same age. She looked at me hard. She looked at me as if to say, "You think you're better than me 'cause you went east and talked different? You think you're better?" And as Mrs. Wexton called herself telling me off, the girl smirked. There was a smirk on her face as if to say, "That's what you get. That is just what you get for not keeping your place." In that moment, I hated that black girl. She hated me. I drove back home, told my family what happened. My father said to me, "You know, Louisa, I know her. I know her family. You should feel bad for her." And I was livid. I said, "Dad, that girl got mad at me because I wasn't cleaning Mrs. Wexton's floor. She's a Tom. I can't believe you're defending her." And he said to me, "You know, Louisa, you can know so much, but yet so little." And I raved. I said, "Dad, that girl's a Tom. You defended her makes you a Tom." And before I could finish my sentence, my mother pushed my father out the way. She slapped me palm to face, backhand to face, and said, "Don't you ever call your father Tom. Don't you ever. The reason why you are alive and have the education that you have is because he is strong. Now, if you feel he's a Tom, you leave this house, you do not come back." I tried to hold my tears. Some of them did spill. When I looked in my...
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.